Thompson, or Annalise Creates, or Annalise's Creations. This is my first video. Unfortunately, I'm having to use my gaming headset and my webcam because my husband went away on vacation with my son and took the camera and accidentally took the cable to my video camera. So I did a whole video, thought I was going to download it, couldn't find the cable. So hopefully he has it, or I'll have to go to an electronics store to see if I can find a cable for it. Anyhow, this is my studio. Welcome to my studio. You can see some of my stuff back here, along with my CDs. Gotta have music, although those are old CDs. Almost everything I have on MP3s, so on my computer. But anyhow, that's another story. I belong to a Facebook page called Crazy Island, well, a Facebook group, I should say, called Crazy Island Family. And it was started by Claudia Rossi of Crazy Island Studios. Now, she's a great artist. I really enjoy her stuff. She's funny. She's always got a cup of coffee. Well, for me, it's 8 o'clock at night, too late for coffee. Although, with my insomnia, it wouldn't matter because I'd still be awake. It wouldn't matter whether I had it or not. I like to do all kinds of art, mixed media, paint, you name it, drawing, you name it. I wouldn't consider myself a professional. I'm not by any means, although I did teach children for a while. That sort of just fell in my lap. I don't consider myself a professional artist, so there you have it. Anyhow, every month on Crazy Island Family, Gina Behrens, I've got it written down here because I know her name, but if I don't look at it, I may pronounce it incorrectly, and I don't want to do that. Claudia Rossi and Peta Thompson, Miss Lady Petals, all are kind of co-teaching on a subscribed site, and they give us prompts every month, and you can either subscribe to their video and to their website and see a sort of a way how they make their page for that prompt, or you can just see, they'll write down the prompt and post it on the Facebook group. So initially I did that, and then I decided, well, I have a little extra money, I'll subscribe to it and do the prompts. So I make my own journals. I learned that from Jenny Belly. I found her a few months back and started learning stuff from her YouTube page channels and things. So I learned how to make my own journals. And so I decided last month was part of the prompts from Crazy Island Family that I would make my own journal for those prompts. So I thought I'd show that what I did. So here is the journal. Hopefully you can see, the lighting isn't that great in here. There we go. I'll bring it a little closer. So this is the front page. This had nothing to do with the prompts. I just came up with it. It sort of fell along the lines of towards the end of a summer theme. So it's been hot here, and I loved the colors in this. Teals, purples, golds, metallics are all my favorite colors. Anything shiny, glittery, that kind of thing, I love. So anyways, this is the front page, and I'm going to open it, and I'm not going to go through it the way the prompts were put. I kind of skipped around on my page because I had prepped the pages ahead of time and I had painted them ahead of time. So depending on the prompt, I had to kind of adjust the pages. So one of them was a summer theme. What represents summer to you kind of thought. So I love sunflowers. And this was a little bit of a challenge for me because although I do like sunflowers, I wasn't sure if I could capture them very well. I used Neocolors from Caran d'Ache is how you say it. I speak French, so never mind. So anyways, this is mine. Where I live where we still have a lot of open fields, orchards. We're known for our cherries and our white corn. And so I decided to do this one page, and driving along the roads of my town, I see rolling hills with golden grasses growing. I pass farmland with corn stalks growing up to the sky, but my most favorite part of the summer are seeing the sunflowers. And so that's what I did on that one. And the next page is Peter Thompson hosted this one, where it was a dream in a jar. So I did it a lot along the lines of how she did hers, and though I won't be able to tell you how I did it or show you how I, step by step how I did it, because that is, if you want to find out, you'll need to subscribe to their channel. And it's my dream in a jar, and my dream is to find a cure for chronic pain, illnesses, go back to Europe. I did live in Europe for 4 years as a child. I actually lived in Switzerland, went to the Swiss school there, and I still keep in contact with my childhood friends. Visit my new friends. I've made a bunch of new friends online throughout the years of online gaming that I've done, as well as sites that I've gone to, art sites and things where I've met people from Australia and New Zealand. In fact, one family that I know came from New Zealand, Kiwis, came to visit me a couple years ago. That was so much fun. Anyhow, the next page over here, this one right here, was done by, the video was done by Gina Ahrens, and she wanted us to do a lot of layers in our journal and come up with household items to make the marks, etc. Not to really go out and buy something unless you already had something to make those marks with. So, and also on Crazy Island Family, you can find, we do a lot of swaps, embellishment swaps for one, where we swap, I think it's Gina who usually is in charge of the swaps, and she will come up with flower swap. And for the flower swap, I got these flowers that are in the corners here. I honestly can't remember who made them for me, because we have 5 people that send to us, and then we send to 5 or 4 depending. And so I'm not sure who sent me those. I'm sorry. So if you recognize your flowers on this video, thank you. I wrote, life is like pieces to a puzzle. I'm still figuring out how to fit the pieces. And that is true. Still figuring it out in my 48 years being on this earth. So, still figuring out. Okay. Oh, and in this one, Gina wanted us to make pockets, whether it be on the page, kind of hidden, or making a pocket in the page. Well, on Jenny Belly's site, when you go and you see how she makes the journals, she already has pockets because she likes to make things to embellish the pages. So she has us make tags like these. And this was actually a note card. It actually has a tag on it, kind of, made by Susan Hiles. She has a YouTube channel called Susan Hiles 728, and she sent me this with a little note on the back because she had done one of the swaps, and so she put, "I hope you enjoy everything, Susan." And I really liked it, so I decided to turn it into a tag and put it in here, into the pocket. See, I don't paint the back side of my journal, but some people do, so that when they turn it into a pocket, it will have color. But I don't. And Gina Aaron sent me, we are doing a journal swap too, a letter journal swap, and in one of them she sent me a flower that I think she drew and then probably photocopied it, and then I cut it out. When she sent it to me, I cut it out and added it to one of my tags. Now if you go onto my YouTube channel, I have some flipograms that show better details of my tags. I'm not going to show them here because it'll just be too long. The last page was actually supposed to be the first page. I think it was of the prompts, the journal prompts, sorry. And it was supposed to be star themed, to find something to incorporate stars in whatever. And so years ago I did a mural in my son's bedroom, and so I kind of took from that idea of what I did on the mural into the book, except unfortunately I messed up on Saturn. If you can see, it's kind of blotchy and whatever, but you know what, sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes they turn out good, sometimes they don't. In this instance, I don't think it really turned out that great, but anyhow. The girl, I'm still practicing on profiles. Not very good with them. Not sure this turned out as good as I would have liked it, but it's called practice, practice, practice. And like I used to tell kids that I used to teach, there's no such thing as mistakes in art. So you can learn from them and write down what techniques you do, what works and what doesn't, and then next time you can improve on it. Unfortunately, I'm good at giving out advice, but taking my own advice is another story. So anyways, I like to put sayings or things that are important to me in my journals. And so, because most of the time your art journal is for you and you alone. You may not share it with somebody, but you know, if you do, that's great. And if you don't, it's for you. It's for your enjoyment. So one of my favorite little rhymes or poems is starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have this wish I wish tonight. And the author's anonymous, believe it or not, but you'll see this in a lot of little nursery rhymes or storybooks for children. And that's one of my favorites. So there you have it. And this is the back of my art journal. All the colors of the world. So that's what I've done so far. And next month I'll show you my next one. I have done, and this was one of my tags that just actually fell out. I used some ephemera, I think is how you say it, and colored her in and found some words out of a magazine, and it says dress for success. And then I use my jelly print papers, and I use matte medium to attach it to the back. And this was actually from a border swap that we did on Crazy Island Family again. I love Crazy Island Family because it is like a family. We never say anything negative or bad, which is perfect for people, especially those that are still starting out like me. We can already be our own worst critic, so to have other people critiquing us in not such a nice light sometimes isn't good. So at Crazy Island Family, it's a different story. We get a lot of encouragement. So if you see my video, I do hope you post some of your work, maybe even do a video. Check out Sigrid Soto. I love her. She's great too. She is funny. I like her videos because she shows everything. And eventually, if I get brave enough, I'll show you how to make the tags. But in the meantime, have a great evening. Listen to some cool music. Rock on, like I like to say. Have a great night. See ya.